Today I'm going to be showing you how I made over this little nook for Callie and also built her a bed that you can do if you're a weekend warrior within 4 to 5 hours with about 5 tools, and it's a great beginner project for people that want to dive into something with power tools. Demoing and renovating our bathroom is just not in the cards at this instant, so just get over the green tile that is on the floor. We're gonna have to make do. I'm gonna choose a color scheme that is on the lighter side of things. That way it blends into our current situation until we make it over. Clearly everybody's dog is going to be a different size, so how I am basing my measurements is off of the bed that Callie is newly obsessed with. It's this Nando dog bed that I found at HomeGoods, so I bought her another one and then just placed it in that little area to make sure it fit, and then I kind of just eyeballed what I wanted to do for the modern dog bed frame. I don't know about you, how you figure out an area of a room, but I just like to kind of step back and assess the space and then see everything inside of it. And then obviously I had to go and talk to Callie about the bed and what I was saying about decor-wise to get her full approval. We are going to be moving on to the building now, and it is going to be extremely basic. There's no pocket holes or anything needed. I'm going to try to do this in the simplest way possible. If you guys don't know, I am a partner with Home Depot in their Perspective program. That means they send me tools, I review them, test them out, and let you know my thoughts. So today we're going to be dabbling into dewalt. I've never used dewalt, and I'm very excited to kind of give you my feedback of my first use and go at them. I'm going to be using some 3/4 inch MDF that I had left over from that DIY sliding barn pantry door that I did a little bit ago. And as you can see, I just plopped the bed right down and marked it with my speed square and cut it down to size. I based the height of the walls of the bed frame off of the height of the bed itself. So again, this may vary depending on what you're using. And then I used my jigsaw to just cut out like a round portion to go with the shape of the bed as well. So she has like full squishy capability is what we call it. So she can just like smush her face and it's not gonna hurt her. I added some wood glue and secured everything together with my nail gun. If you don't have a nail gun, you are more than welcome to use screws, but I wanted a more clean finish. Before, when I first started DIYing, I would screw things together like that and then cover up the screw marks with wood filler. So you can definitely make do if needed. Another reason why I chose MDF is because I wanted a more smooth finish. I feel like every time I try to paint plywood white in my experience, you can definitely see the texture through it, and that is not what I wanted here. Once everything was nailed together, I went through with wood filler, filled that up, let that dry, and sanded it smooth. I cut down some 1x1s to be the legs of the bed at 3 inches tall, and then I cut down 1x1s to be the actual size of the base of the frame of the bed that we just made. When I put the 1x1s on, they just looked a little doinky, and I remembered that I had a larger square dowel on hand, so I cut those down to be 3 inches and replaced them, and I thought those looked a lot better. I also cut down 2 extra support beams, and we are going to be screwing this into the bed frame. I know this seems a little bit off, but I wanted to show you a different way to do things if you aren't able to do pocket hole screws or you don't have all the accessories that all these other people have when they're making a dog bed. This is very basic. Not only did I mess up with my manicure, but the excess on that side, and that is where I'm going to be testing out the DeWalt one-handed reciprocating compact saw, and I actually am obsessed with this first use because it is so much smaller than the Ryobi one. If we're going to be comparing, it's 12.5 inches long in total. Please keep in mind that there are different blades for different things. So if you're cutting through wood and metal or just wood, different materials, you need to purchase accordingly. This one can cut through metal, so I went through the little nail right there. And it also has an LED light for improved visibility, which my previous reciprocating saw had no light whatsoever. Now, clearly you didn't need the reciprocating saw there, but I just thought it was fun to show you a new tool that Home Depot sent me and I didn't even know existed. If you are looking to use a reciprocating saw, but you're nervous to get a larger one, this is a great way to go. I decided to fill up the cracks because, you know, I don't do everything perfect all the time. I mean, I think that's almost very rarely, but you're not going to really be able to tell because I'm not staining this, I'm painting it white. To assemble the wood frame to the MDF base, I will be using this DeWalt Atomic 20-volt max lithium-ion cordless hammer drill and impact combo kit. So it's 2 tools, a charger, and 2 batteries. And it actually does come in this durable, tough system carrying case, which I'm excited about because I'm working more like on location and out of my house. So it'll be nice to have something where I can keep everything nice and neat because it also has storage boxes. First thing that I noticed was how compact these actually were. The impact driver is 5.1 inches in length and 2.1 pounds. The hammer drill is 6.9 inches front to back and 2.5 pounds. So it's designed to be into tight spaces, which comes in handy, but I also like how lightweight they are compared to my other drills. I added some wood glue and screwed that frame that I showed in the previous slide with the thicker, chunkier legs directly into the base of the bed that we just made. I pre-drilled and glued a leg to the middle of the bottom of the bed, and this is to give support so it doesn't bow out or like sag over time. So I let that dry for a little bit, and then I also glued the other legs before I flipped it over. Okay, now this has nothing to do with the bed. I'm just doing this while the legs are drying. I notched out corners of a piece of pine that was 8 inches wide, and I'm gonna make that a shelf running off the window that is going to be above her bed. I set the shelf aside and moved on to the dog bowl. I wanted to do a pipe and flange in the wall holding the dog bowl, so that's why I have a piece of pine that is wider than it. I'm just tracing the size that I have on hand, measuring the lip of the bowl so I know what I need to cut out exactly for it to fit nice and snug. I drilled some holes around that circle I just drew to make it easier for my jigsaw to work in and out of, and also just to give it a break because I soon realized that I needed a new blade, but I didn't have it on hand, so that's why it's all wonky. Oof. I needed to move the bed out of the way before I stained what we just made, so once the legs were dry, I flipped it over and secured it with a screw through the top of the bed into the legs itself and fixed up any ding marks or filled any gaps and covered it with paint, sanded the wood if any scuff marks happened, just those final touches. I knew I wanted the shelf stained, but then when I started staining the dog bowl, I realized that's going to be next to the dog bed frame. That's a natural wood, and I didn't want to blend those two, so I stopped, and I just ended up flipping it over and using the natural side of the pine. I really wanted to make the most of Callie's corner, so I double layered some rugs that I found from Home Goods before putting the bed down that we just made. I also found these white frames and this sign that says enjoy the little things, which I think was really cute because she's little and we're using little tools and making a little space for her over at Home Goods. I am genuinely not just throwing this in here because I partner up with Home Depot, but this right angle adapter, holy moly, is a life changer when even this compact drill can't necessarily fit at a straight angle to secure the flange into the wall. It's a compact 1.5 inches in design, and it's magnetic for fastener retention, and it's also impact rated. So you really can't go wrong just adding this to your toolbox because I've been using this baby left and right, which you'll see in some future videos coming out actually. This quote-unquote shelf is not intended to hold a ton of weight. I'm really just putting her wipes and some treats up there, but it's not meant for you to like lean on by any means, and it is very temporary because I want to reno our entire bathroom and redo it. I checked to make sure it was level and then secured that into place with my nail gun, and we have a space for Cal.
Tell me. Honest thoughts. Honest thoughts, ma'am.
Okay, well, that's a little rude. The reason that I decided to put the water bowl back in the corner is honestly, she drools so much, so it gives it a moment to kind of drip onto the carpet before it comes and saturates the tile and gives Paul wet socks because he hates that. I am obsessed with how this turned out. that black spark. I need to like paint over that. But then up here, I love it because I like when I leave, I can pull out whatever treat out of the bags. They don't have to be stale. And then these, I wipe down, you know, wipe her down 2 to 3 times a day. So these grooming wipes are perfect to be right above the bed because she like will instantly lay down while I wipe her down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this video is a day late. We're a little bit jam-packed this week, but there are a couple more videos coming out over the weekend that I think you will thoroughly enjoy, and I'm trying to center them around basic tools so you guys looking to get into tools aren't intimidated and can do all these projects as well.